Namaste. I'm Chaitanya Anand and I'll be sharing with you today how I make dal. Dal is a delicious and classic Indian dish that uses lentils. It's so nourishing for the body and for the soul. In this dal that I'll be sharing with you today, we've got some soaked lentils, mung dal, but you can use whatever lentils you have handy. We've got whole and powdered spices, hing or Asafoetida, red onion, Daal Masala, ginger, garlic, curry leaves, black pepper, salt, tinned tomatoes, and mustard seed oil. Lentils are known to cause gas and bloating sometimes, and so to reduce the possibility of this, we can soak them from a few hours to overnight. Soaking also helps them to cook more evenly and makes the nutrients more available to the body. Rinse and soak the lentils, put them in a pot and top them up so the water's about covering it by about an inch, and put in a teaspoon of turmeric and a teaspoon of salt. Cover it with a lid and leave them to cook until they're nice and soft. We've got this pan heating up. Once it's heated up, put your choice of oil on it. Be generous with the oil, makes it taste extra good. To know when the oil is hot enough to start frying the whole spices on, get a small pinch of cumin seeds and drop them in, and if they start to bubble, that means that the oil is hot enough to use. Once the oil is hot enough, put in a teaspoon of mustard seeds and wait till they begin to crackle and pop. Once they've begun to crackle, get a teaspoon of the cumin seeds and give them a good fry for about 10 seconds so they brown and crisp up but don't burn. Next, put in a finely diced red onion, turn down the heat a little bit and just let them slowly cook until they're translucent and caramelized. I like to see cooking as a ritual. You can really be present with it and take in the sounds, the sights and the smells. And you can put your intention into it as well. You can put your healing energy into it, nourishing you and your family. You can put love. In the mortar and pestle we have ginger, garlic and curry leaves, just roughly chopped. And we want to smash them all together until they're a big, pulpy, delicious, zesty, delightful mess. I'm also adding here some hing, which is the resin of a plant that is really good for helping with digestion, bloating and gas, and also adds a really nice savory or umami flavor, and it's like very important to a good Indian curry. Once the onion is all lovely and caramelized, scrape in your blend of curry leaves, ginger, garlic and hing and give it a stir until it's nice and fragrant and beginning to cook. Next, add the powdered spices, half a teaspoon of turmeric, a teaspoon of coriander powder, a teaspoon of Garam Masala, and chili to your taste. I like to use about 1/4 teaspoon. Stir it for about 20 seconds, not letting it stick or burn. Have your tin of tomatoes prepared and add that. Let the tomatoes simmer on medium heat, and this is a really good time to come back to your intention of why you're cooking this meal. Also, it can be nice if you have mantra in your practice to chant it now and let these good vibrations just come into the food. Cook the tomatoes until the liquid begins to reduce and you'll begin to see a shimmer of the oil on top, and that signifies that it's ready. It'll probably take 5 to 10 minutes. Then when that's done, you can turn off the heat and put aside the sauce, preparing for the next stage. So now the dal's ready. It's nice and tender and soft. So we're going to put that in the frying pan. You can add more liquid to your dal if you need to. And then add as much of this magic red sauce as you think tastes good. Add a little bit more salt to taste. About a teaspoon of Daal Masala. This is optional, but adds a really unique and authentic flavour to it. And a little squeeze of black pepper. Let the dal simmer for another 5 to 10 more minutes, adding more liquid as required, and then it's ready to serve. I'm putting it on rice today, and I just think it can be finished beautifully with a wedge of lime and some coriander. And it can be nice to add a little bit of ghee for good measure. Thank you for being here with me as I cooked this food and created ritual, and I hope you can enjoy doing the same at home to nourish yourself and your loved ones. Haliom.